Welcome back to Marlowe House Presents. I'm Andrew Marlowe.
I'm Monica Marlowe.
I'm gonna get us in trouble.
You always get us in trouble. That's your job. Scott, I am in trouble, McHenry.
I mean, you're always looking for trouble.
I'm always
I'm
looking
just
for
trying
trouble.
to oblige.
That's right. I'm looking for trouble.
He doesn't do much.
He doesn't do much, but he somehow manages to get us in a lot of trouble. It's like
He doesn't do much to get you out of trouble either.
that would be the big problem. But he's about
He
to
doesn't
try.
do much to stop you from getting you into trouble.
He's about to get us in trouble.
Hey, man, you do you.
He's about to turn off the air conditioning in here.
So, you want to try to figure out how to turn off the cold.
I do.
All right. Let's see how that goes.
I mean, it seemed intrusion worthy. As dumb ideas go.
As dumb ideas go, that is definitely on the list of possible intrusions.
I am going to spend not just my freebies, but also, I think, 2 extra edge. Or
What?
effort. 2 extra effort.
2 extra effort.
So I'm going to knock this down by 4.
Uh-oh.
Which is good, because I'm not skilled in this.
Yeah,
But
this
I'm not-
magic setting that we didn't know could take magic in.
Right?
I know. Well, if you can't, I'm skilled in breaking things, so I don't
Magic
know.
includes... The fantasy includes magic almost by default.
Well, yeah, but we assumed this was a low fantasy setting. I don't know what we were thinking.
So I rolled a 9, but on the other hand, I did spend 4 effort.
So you lowered the difficulty by 4.
So it's the equivalent
Actually,
of
based
7.
on what I'm doing, since I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to shut it down, would identifying count towards that?
I will let that count towards that.
Yay! I
So,
am trained in identifying.
so you're identifying a way to try to turn it off. You think you've got a way to do it. Intrusion.
Oh no! See, he's giving you more XP, which means I'm getting more XP. Which is good, because
You're pretty certain that in order to turn it off without the proper, magical command words or changing of the alchemical fluids that make up the oil for it, the only way to probably turn it off would be to drain the tank. And to do that, you're going to have to squeeze these 2 levers directly underneath it to let out the alchemical fluid that's below it. The very, very cold alchemical fluid that's below it. And you're going to have to touch like the iciest, coldest portion of it.
Use your tongue.
My tongue is stuck.
Now I can't talk to people no more.
Look at you have to laugh like that.
Even if he gets it off, he's like, my tongue is numb.
My area is
Wrap a
moist.
Band-Aid around it.
So I am skilled at. All right, yes, I'm trained in breaking things. My way will probably involve less contact with freezing things, but it'll be broken.
Yeah, I don't really want it broken. I just want one.
So I'm just. You want one?
But I want it to work.
Well, you could capture the fluid.
With
And
what?
It's basically an oil. And if you've got something to put it in.
And what?
I don't know.
It's like a little sundry thing. It's like jars and stuff. Like we've probably got beer bottles or something. Just crack one open, chug it.
I was. Oh, okay. I was
I'll
going
give
to say
you
I'm
that.
not. I was
I'll
going
give
to
you a
say
beer
I'm not
bottle.
emptying it. I'm not carrying an empty beer bottle. But when you say empty it that probably is possible.
Imagine, if you will, we've been carrying this room temperature beer with us.
Oh no! Now it's been chilled, nice, cold.
Now it's nice and chilled. And if it wasn't, we could just set it near the braziers.
Well, if you put it near the braziers, it would get warmer.
And you can cut them open. Because it's cold in here.
I don't think that works the way you think that works. Pretty sure it doesn't.
Ta-da!
No.
Chug a beer.
Okay.
All
So
right.
you chug a beer.
Hey, crap, what was his name?
Emrys.
Emrys.
Hey, Amorous.
Yes.
You don't seem to be bothered too much by the cold and stuff here.
No.
Here's what I need you to do. You just gotta squeeze these little nodules underneath the brazier.
Not bothered by cold is not the same as immune to frostbite. I don't think so.
This could come in handy.
No.
So handy.
No.
I think you're out of luck. You're going to have to do something here.
Oh, man, to think that I gave this guy anti-venom.
Do you want to try to? Are you going to try to persuade him? And
That's totally a guilt trip.
yeah. So you're trying to guilt trip him into this. Okay.
Telling for the asset, and I get the 2 free effort to throw at that.
You roll a 20.
I'm so making you retire those dice. Maybe not. They did burn you last week.
And I got a 9 earlier. It's not totally my friends.
So Emrys kind of gives you this like steely glare, and it's like, "What do you want me to do?"
So I kind of slide the beer
Are
bottle.
there any appropriate like winter? Like cold gear in here?
You mean like look around for that?
Yeah.
Sure. You can look around for that.
Okay. He's trying to figure this
I
out.
would imagine if they think that we're supposed to be crew, we would
You're
have
stowing
access
away
to stuff
once
like
you've
that.
gotten to this point.
All right.
Though.
I've got.
That's
Stay out of the way.
That's fair.
I'm trained in perception, and I rolled a 17.
Trained in perception, you rolled a 17.
Yes.
You don't see anything in here, but as you walk past the door again, you can see a closed foot locker not far from the door back out
Okay.
in the main area.
I'll go check that out. I'm gonna go get us some coats. There's got to be something around here.
Okay.
Rather than breaking the cold room maker, you guys do you.
It's gonna be so cool.
Oh.
So you
Really? You went there?
Yeah. It's like you don't even know me.
I know. It is. Oops.
So you head out there. You and Emrys sticks the bottle underneath it, or you stick the bottle underneath it for Emrys, and Emrys grabs part of his jacket and puts it around his hand, and very awkwardly reaches underneath.
I literally just told you guys I was going to go look for something so that you wouldn't have to touch that. But okay. You guys are dumb.
I didn't tell him he had to keep going.
But you
Boys.
said coats, and he's thinking coats for keeping warm. He's not thinking about the fact that
Gloves and stuff.
so he reaches down, squeezes it, and he lets it run for just a moment before pulling his hand back out and shaking it. It's cold.
I know.
He gets it about half drained on that first try. And you can see that there's already a lot of frost forming on the outside of the bottle.
But that bottle's going to be uncomfortable to hold here in a minute.
So, out front,
Yes.
you find in the footlocker that there are indeed coats. They're more like long coats. There isn't anything else with them except for a handful of gloves, which are more like work gloves. They do have a little bit of heat insulation, but not much.
Well, there's still better layer than what we've currently got. So I grabbed some of those.
Okay.
I put one on and then head back in.
Right, you put one on.
What? What do I get an intrusion for putting a coat on? Everybody
Well,
was
you can always refuse it.
No, I like intrusions. What? Yes.
The guy comes around the corner. Hey, new person.
Hey, what?
Cap's looking for you.
Okay. Where is he at?
On the bridge.
All right.
You're late for your duties.
Be right there.
No, you're going to go now.
I have to take these coats into them.
What are you all doing in the locker?
There was a malfunction with one of the braziers. They're trying to fix it.
You guys aren't supposed to be doing that. Who told you to do this?
Man, we just showed up. Someone said there was a problem and asked us to come down and look at it. I don't know anybody on this ship. I'm just trying to help out.
Go ahead and give me a mental roll to persuade him.
I would like to throw some effort on that. Like,
Because
maybe
you're not the talker.
3? Maybe 4. Let's see. I can put 6 effort into this, but I'm not going to put that much in because that's an awful lot. I am going to put all my luck pool into that, so I'm going to lower it by 4.
Lower the difficulty by 4 steps?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is a good thing because I rolled a 7.
Okay, it's higher than a 3. You're good.
Yay.
And he was, on point with his, level 5 avoidance of.
Well, that's why I had to lower it.
So we lowered it. It's like, all right, you guys need to hurry up.
Okay.
I'll tell the captain that you're fixing a damaged ice brazier.
Well, okay.
Seems like a good time to spend some XP.
That's what I was just thinking.
What are you doing?
I'm going to purchase a speaker ability.
Okay.
Called the Grand Deception.
I think I'm going to purchase a skill called Lies and Trickery.
Alrighty then.
Just for future reference, with Grand Deception, you can convince an intelligent creature that can understand you and isn't hostile of something that is wildly and obviously untrue.
I love that power.
I feel it may come in handy.
So I go back in. Hey guys, put that back together again. The captain wants to see us on the bridge. We are late for our duties. Apparently they were actually expecting us.
What?
I have no idea, but I got
Not even on the roster.
I know, that's what I'm thinking. So put that thing back together again, because it needs to look like it's working properly.
Finish training that.
No, they know we're down here. We have to go up to the deck. Up to the bridge. So put it back together again.
Did they say all of us?
Yes! Does this look like the face of somebody who does lies and trickery? No! Well, not yet. Well, it does now.
You're lucky I'm off my game.
It
was a 4.
Wow, your die really isn't happy with you yet.
Yeah, except it was an unimportant roll.
Right.
Whatever.
I got that dice number.
All right. So do you put it back together? Because
I don't know how.
Just put that back in there. Put it back in the reservoir.
You put the fluid back in.
Just pour it back in.
No.
Goes in the top.
Bottle.
All right.
Okay.
Well, just tell them it was leaking. And you stopped it.
We will use the salvaging ciphers rules for this, because you've only got you've got some of the oil off of it. And so we will call this a
Ice bomb?
an ice bomb.
The bombs.
It'll be a level 1, a level 2 detonation cipher. So you throw it, it'll do 2 points of damage to anything basically in the splash radius.
Excellent.
Cool, because I've only got 2 ciphers right now.
Oh, that's right. You have room for more.
As we come out of that area, since all the coats and things were out here, are there any that are currently inactive?
Any what?
Braziers.
No, they're all in there being used. You can see where there's spaces for them to be put up and stowed out here, but they are currently all in use.
Dang it. It'd be a great distraction item later.
Well, yeah.
Especially for the way that it generates cold.
Now, you think if you had enough of the oil, you could probably use any brazier to do it.
You just need a vessel to hold.
Yeah, because the oil is mixed. The only other thing you might need would be some sort of magical spark of some sort. So there might be like a lighter thing that you would have to have from here.
Oh, that part I got. I was going to shoot it with my plasma bow.
Okay.
Well, no, you might actually need like one that's specifically designed for lighting this oil. So you might need like special matches.
Gotcha.
I
was just thinking of the mold encounter in Cauldron, where you hit it with fire and it spreads the cold stuff.
Brown mold.
Yeah.
All right. So
I figure the plasma bow generates heat.
It does.
Head toward the deck, toward the bridge.
Okay.
Because the last thing we want is them to come looking for us again.
So you head up to the bridge.
Yes.
Captain says, I hear you were fixing one of the ice braziers. I don't know who thought it was a good idea to send you down there, but the crew pranks. New crew. I'll get to the bottom of it. That was unnecessary.
Well, it did look like one of them had a little bit of a leak, so...
Yeah, they probably did that so you would have to go then and fix it. Like I said, pranking. It's not appropriate. I don't tolerate it on my ship. And they did it probably deliberately to keep you from reporting to duty.
Sorry, Captain.
How are your navigation skills?
Excellent, sir.
Fantastic. I want you on the nav ports. There. Pointy. Looks at Emerus. And Emerus bristles at the racial slur. I want you on the main mast in the crow's nest on lookout duty. And on one of these ships, the main mast and the crow's nest is actually all encased.
Okay.
But it's actually out over the solar sail. It's like one of the worst postings.
Of course it is.
It's lonely.
He's gonna puke.
And it's got
everywhere.
Bad view. It's a really and it tends to sway a bit because of the way the solar sails are made to be flexible.
I almost feel sorry for the crew who's going to be serving below him. Unlike before, when it just opened onto the planet, it was one thing, but yeah. He is the worst sailor ever.
And what's your name?
Kolban, sir.
Kolban. Report to the kitchen.
Potatoes. All the time is potatoes.
You go up there, and as you like walk out, you see that her job pretty much entails like looking at a map and making sure you're following the right course headings and ticking off numbers. It's so easy. It's so easy.
He doesn't have navigation. He's a pilot.
Doesn't matter.
He doesn't know squat about reading a map.
But he can see that it's like not labor intensive. He's heading to the kitchen.
You deserve that.
Peeling taters.
You're gonna have to do stuff.
What?
And
They're not gonna pay. They're not gonna let you get away with that crap. You're gonna have to work.
Watch this.
Hold my beer.
It's not beer anymore.
No, really, it's really cold. So you get down there and they're like, you need to peel potatoes. They show you this bushel.
Precious. Sorry.
Oh my god! You're gonna be in the brig before we get too far out from our port.
Makes a sign against the devil. You seem to be possessed. I can't have none of that demon stuff in my kitchen.
I think it's just the fumes in here, honestly. Are you sure these aren't spoiled?
They're fine.
Do you not smell that?
Comes over. They smell like potatoes. Are you breaking out grand deception already?
You only just now figured that out?
No.
No, there's like this smell of rot.
Go ahead and make your roll.
All right. Deception, the effort. That I think 14.
He starts to kind of go a little green, holds his nose. I think you're right. I think they've turned.
I can't watch him do this.
All right.
It makes me sick just to think about it.
I'll get a bucket, and I bump him, and so that he falls into the potatoes.
Get him out of here! And he like steps up. And he's like, I think I need to get cleaned up.
Oh, it's all over you too. I think you landed on a squishy one.
If we don't have anything to eat for dinner tonight, you're going to be the one who has to pay. You realize that, don't you?
And with that, the ship's cook leaves the kitchen. The galley is now unmanned.
Right.
Except for you and like 2 wash clerks who are looking at you like, what just happened?
I think he let spoiled food on the ship. I don't know how this happens. This is a food vessel.
You hear terrible noises from the hallway.
Oh man, he's got it bad too. They might be viral.
If there's no food for dinner tonight, I'm telling you, you're going to be the one who pays. You're going to be in a lot of trouble.
I'm not the one who sequestered the spoiled food.
So the two deckhands come over and like cover their faces because they don't want to smell whatever it was.
Right.
They haven't come close enough to it.
That's a good call, guys. Just let's.
And they take it and they drop it out the garbage chute.
Oh, that was a smart decision.
And it just, you keep dropping potatoes out the chute. You can hear them just banging around.
Now he has to do is the hand motion.
Finally, they stop. He throws out one last one.
Wash your hands. Wash your hands.
They go over and they do. They start scrubbing their hands.
All the way up to the elbows, boys.
So they're doing the doctor's scrub. Like they're going to go into surgery.
I leave.
You leave.
You leave, cut back to them. What's going to be for dinner? I don't know. We should probably do something. I can boil water. I don't know I can do whole dinner.
Broth it is.
There are going to be some unhappy sailors come at dinner time. Wow.
I mean, I'm just assuming this isn't going to take a whole day to travel.
I don't know. That's what I was just wondering. How long is this going to take?
It doesn't take the whole day.
Okay.
Yeah, not our problem.
Okay. Yeah. We're not gonna be making the trip back probably.
No. It does take most of the day, and then you figure with the unloading times, that's probably why they're working on dinner. You know, making sure they've got everything for cooks and whatnot. So your hope is that you will not be here when that point comes. There is the small matter of lunch.
Which is what the potatoes
I was
were for.
assigned to work on dinner.
You were just told to peel potatoes,
That was
and you
probably
decided to
lunch.
avoid it.
That's what I do.
I know.
No potatoes to peel. I'm done. No chef in the galley. I'm done.
That's how that goes.
So having avoided work,
Like it's his
Effectively.
damn job.
like it's your job, you guys make your way to the location in question.
I'm pretty
And
sure I could find my way here
get to
again if I
disembark.
had to.
Yes, you have a pretty good idea of exactly where you are and how to get back,
Yes.
which is good because you'll probably have to go back.
If only I had a potato to throw at the crow's nest.
As long as you don't put it in the tailpipe, I really don't care.
The other thing you notice that while you're doing this, Captain Gerald keeps a mean pace. You're pretty certain that this trip in the ship you were on before, you wouldn't have pushed it this hard.
Uh-huh.
He is really driving this ship super fast.
Well, I mean, the prince is involved. I imagine that's the case, but
This is probably the client.
yeah.
Probably is. I mean, it probably is. Maybe he may not be the fastest person on a run like this, but he isn't going to be last.
Okay.
He's pushing it pretty hard, though.
We'd make the Kessel run in 5.4? 4.7. I can't remember. What is it? I can't remember. What? Don't look at... No, you can't remember either.
You've got decimal points in there. I'm not certain why you have decimal
I
points.
can't
in there.
remember. What is it?
It depends on which person's saying it when they ask.
Oh, well, you know, the first time. I have to look it up. It's going to bother me.
Well, now that my job
It's
is
at
done,
decimal points until solo. So, because then he does rounding.
Well, that's what I thought.
Now that my job's done, I'm going to blend in
Okay,
and wander back down to see if there's any kind of deactivators for the
right. All right.
braziers.
Yeah, you'll find the stuff you need to hightail one out with. I'm okay with that.
Oh, 12 parsecs. Well, it's been... I can't
13.
remember. It says 12.
It does say 12.
Slightly over 12. That's why.
I was being facetious because they were rounding.
Yes.
The whole thing in silver where they were talking about the rounding. I like 12 better.
I'm going to have to give up my nerd card.
Nah, you don't. We won't make you give it up over that.
Okay, thanks. All right. So
you guys disembark on at the port of call, and as I said before, it was basically like a big deluxe castle. It's like I think Neuschwanstein on a rocky island floating in space.
Okay.
Inside the gas giant. It's kind of got that like whole big castle thing going on. Super deluxe, super nice, very pretty.
I would expect a prince dragon to live here. Maybe one of our babies will inherit this one, and then we can live there. Maybe this will be our future home.
Future grave.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, you touch down.
This is why I don't do much.
I know it isn't. I know that's why you don't do much.
And they start unloading.
Okay. So, the bridge crew. Do we help with the unloading, or am I stuck here?
You are told you can go and be on break, basically. They'll put you on out of rotation. They'll bring somebody else in.
Okay. All right, I go look for the boys.
As you kind of leave, you can see the duty roster.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like you were scratched in after the fact.
Okay.
Somebody apparently adjusted it when they saw they were... And you get scratched in as new girl, pointy, and new guy.
That's legit. That's how we roll around these parts.
Yeah. I don't correct that.
It's going to change my name.
New guy?
I'm a new guy.
All right, so I go look for a new guy and pointy.
Okay. You can...
He's not in the kitchen. I have no idea where he is. We have to find him.
You know exactly where he is.
Yeah, he's hiding.
No. He's obsessed with something.
I know. He's down there trying to drain the oil out.
He's deactivating a thing so he can take it with him and then helping carry a cattle carcass off the ship so that he can then discard the crew uniform and blend in elsewhere.
Yep.
So I head down and also disembark.
All right, so you all disembark, find your way onto the grounds, kind of blend in. You can kind of help them blend in a little bit too. Nobody stands out super like a sore thumb.
I have stealth. Good.
Right.
I hope.
So now you've got an entire castle to search. Less than 2 days to do it in, because you still have to get home.
Well, it's obviously in the treasure room.
Right, where the Emperor said it would be.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to find the treasure room and do it when the Emperor isn't there. Or anybody isn't there.
So where would we find this, Amorous?
So he gives you rough directions to the treasure room. He tells you roughly kind of what the vault's like, and kind of lays out, how it is in your contemporary time. He says he doesn't know much more than that, but he kind of gives you enough to kind of fall back on.
Okay.
Wait, you said you were here.
Yes.
You're working for his father.
Hmm?
Are you working for his father?
No.
I thought he was in the other castle.
Yeah.
So he was working for the emperor, not for the prince.
Oh, I misunderstood. I
Okay.
thought you asked if I was working for his father. No, I'm working for him. He's like, kind of coughs.
Here.
Here now? No, you're not here now. I'm not here now. I'm not here now. And he's still looking a little green, a little like not with it. He's kind of
Did
got
you
a
eat a
little bit of
potato?
wobble.
Will you stop? He doesn't. We don't need him puking too. All right. Well, let's.
He's like, I'm sorry. I thought you were asking if I was working for the emperor. This time's emperor.
Yes.
No.
You were working for the prince in this time.
No, I was working for the emperor.
He was working for the emperor in this time. That's why he took his uniform out of his own footlocker back at the castle.
Okay.
Right.
Or at the emperor's residence.
Right.
He only knows the layout here because I don't know. He's
Because
magical
I've
like
been
that
here
before. As the
before, but
entourage.
later.
Oh, you've been here in
Before, like earlier today for us.
Yes, I
Right.
understand. Okay, this is a.
That's why he's like he's giving you the contemporary to his time, to your time layout.
Oh,
and
this
what's
hurts my brain. Can we just go home?
Then we have to find the scepter first. So, start.
So he basically goes in and he gives you enough of a rundown, and you can he's kind of like pointing to things.
Okay, first things first. We need to find livery for this household.
That's what I was about to do.
Okay.
So he kind of gives you the rough layout, and so what we're going to do is we're going to do another one of those skill challenges.
Dun dun dun.
And we're going to do this heist style.
Dun, dun,
so basically what we're going to do is we're going to do the things that, as you plan, we'll play through the things that, like, so you're like, I want to do, we want to find livery. Okay. And so then we'll like do a short scene where you do the livery. And then we'll go back to planning.
Okay.
So we're going to play it sort of a skill challenge, montage. We're going to see how this works. This may not work at all. This will be an interesting experiment in
Okay.
In
let's
heists.
do that then. We'll do the thing.
You will be able to spend experience points. I'm going to let you go ahead and if you want to spend either experience points or if you want to make a intellect test, spend you spend a level of you spend a level of effort to attempt the task, and then you can make an intellect roll and to make an appropriate observation. So in like Ocean's 11 style, you notice that this guard at this time of day does this thing. Or, because you go and you ask around, you find out that the guard every day makes the same rounds, and his rounds take about 5 minutes. You have that information, so you do that by spending an effort to make the roll at all. So you have to spend one effort to start it. If you are successful, that becomes a fact that we will roll with. It's not part of the skill challenge per se, but it becomes a fact that is set in stone that unless I throw an intrusion at you, isn't going to change.
Okay. Well, then I would like to make a recovery roll.
Okay.
Because Lord knows I'm going to need my...
Well, you've had plenty of time to do it.
Well...
So then you can then act on those things that you observe. So like in Ocean's 11, they're like, oh, he gets lunch at this time, and then they drug his food, and
only going to be here one day. We don't have time to make those lengthy of observations.
You don't have time to make those observations, but other people are already here, and you can do it by chatting with people and finding out what people's habits are. It's an example. It's not a perfect example.
Okay, I understand.
I'm just giving an example of something you could do. So,
all right, I'm the breaker of things. So,
if you note, you could be the same thing could go through that you notice from somebody's directions that there's a staircase that goes someplace. So, I mean, we're going to do this sort of like we did when you ran through the hotel. You can kind of come up with the things, and we're just kind of flow through it.
All right, well, let's do that then. Or do we want to take a break?
It's a good time to take a break, and then we can come back with you guys attempting to get into the vault to perform this heist.
All right. So, we'll be back.
We'll be back.